And then I was like, damn, this ain't say nothing about 50. Damn, 50, where's 50? I wanted to, I guess he don't want no smoke with 50, but
That's a good catch. I can go front because in that freestyle, he right. He don't go at 50.
Someone fumbled his wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth, and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery game. You had to cash cow and thunk it. Was you who punked his? I'm the one who strung the pain. That hill you can die on. It's way too much flack that comes from those planes. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I spill on you suckers, I'm mauling you niggas, gang.
Then Dame Dash decides to go all conspiracy mode and it's devil horns on your head and all that. And people who don't have dreads don't know, bro, that you actually can actually comb out your dreads, homie. He had wigs so they were thicker. Bald people can't speak on dreadlocks, especially when you've never had them. Dame, you've been bald your whole life. But let's get into this conspiracy theory shit, because you know what's going to happen.
to look like the drummer from the Roots? Was that, like, what was the, I don't understand. And I don't know how he gets out of going from a dread to an afro in a day without patches and nothing. Like, was it to hide horns? So to me, that's what it looks like when you owe the devil money. They make you dress funny. They take all your jewelry away. And then they make you do what they say. I watched what happened to Kev Hart the other day. It was sad. So I went from being like a little aggravated with them to now feeling sorry because I'm actually watching what happens after 25 years after you sell your soul. You're in hell. You can't tell me when you were 30 that you wanted to be 60 with the stupid ass hairstyle, beefing with niggas that you know are gonna get at you all day long. Like, all right, what I gotta do? Like, I don't want to see Roc-A-Fella look like that. It's still a reflection of me. I love Freeway. He's on my out. I can guarantee. Here, how about this? Because I want to be nice. If he's in a bad place, if he is allegedly, I don't know. You know, show me something, Jay. You're supposed to be a billionaire. I never seen a billionaire have a job. I don't give a fuck about that Super Bowl. He's an employee. A billionaire doesn't take a job. I tried to buy the Raiders with Ray Lewis. If these niggas would have asked me to take a job, I would have felt very offended. I would have felt like they were asking me to produce Soul Plane.
If you ever wish payday came sooner, this might actually help. There's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful features. And one of the main ones lets you access up to $750 of your paychecks early. If you switch your payroll over with Current, you get a full set of features like paycheck advance, fee-free overdraft, and the build card and more. There's everything in one app. I actually like that myself, which is why I partner with them. And right now, they're giving $75 to anyone who signs up using my link or scans the QR code on the screen. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign-up page where you can create your own account. Just go through the normal sign-up steps, enter information, order your card. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option pop up to enter my promo code, which unlocks the $75 bonus when you switch your direct deposit. So make sure you go through the full sign-up process so you don't miss it. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful and tight sometimes, it's definitely worth checking out because that's literally what it's designed for.
Made hoes say, okay, so make another hole.
That clip tells you Jay been setting up for this shit. That's what it is. He told y'all 2026, we're playing offense.
Jay is my brother. And I know Jay. And I was like, all these years, just even amongst my crew, we would be like, he ain't gonna never say nothing until he's broke. So he hasn't said anything for 20 years. And I'm like, damn. I hope he's not broke.
We played enough defense. 2026 is all offense.
Something, it was whack. It was like a joke, but it was an old joke. He used my lyrics. So I started to be like, he's not, like, I would prefer the version of Jay that would have said something more clever. And that's not the version of Jay that I would have ever signed. And I felt bad because I was like, it must be embarrassing for him to now have to be on that stage, not the same version of himself, and still have to work at that age because he has to. So that was the brother in me. Like, damn, I know that because I know him. That when we were younger, when he was this age, he hated talking to people and doing all. He was retiring since Reasonable Doubt. For him to have to come outside 20 years later, I just felt kind of like embarrassed for him a little bit. Because
one thing that he's lying about is in the 90s, they were wearing afros. They were wearing low cuts, but they were wearing afros as well. So that's bullshit. It was more so on the women like Queen Latifah and all that, but they were wearing afros back then. Redman comes to mind. I believe he was rocking them and shit like that. They were rocking afros, bro. So don't believe him on that bullshit, because this is around the time people wearing them wooden African pendants, the yellow, red, and green shit. It was that Black Africa shit going on. So he's lying right there. And to pinpoint how I know that he knows nothing, because he's just trying to be funny, because he does know. Jay went from the Caesar wicks and all that shit to braids at one point in time for like a little bit. But he did the wicks to try to do the Picasso shit. He's on some revolutionary shit, and you know that. You just don't want to do it. He's trying to mimic economic Black Panther shit. The one where you don't wear certain things. So he's not telling the truth.
And this is another thing about Jay that I still wonder about, being that he wants to be funny. Jay's breath always used to stink. And you know why? Because for some reason, don't you hate when niggas got bad breath and chew Big Red? It's just cinnamon doodle. Nobody wants to smell that. I hope this nigga's not still chewing Big Red with bad breath on that mic, because that mic must have been stinking. And then he dressed up like a mic. This is not the version, Jay, please. We make Jay great again. That's the new slogan. Make him great again. I don't want to see this happen. Yo, you gotta admit, when you saw the hair, you was laughing, bro. You knew this was gonna be funny. But who told him? Wait, hold on. Well, hold on. Who you think told? I want to know who told him to do that, and like how they put the wig on. How do you think they did that? Like, don't you think they would have videotaped him cutting it off and a bit on the video? Dun, dun, dun. It's no more Dookie. What do you call him? Dookie Wick J. That nigga new name is Dookie Wick. Pause. I wish, I don't know how these niggas wasn't cutting this nigga up with them Dookie Wicks.
Don't call me no brother if my breath used to always stink and you wouldn't say nothing. You couldn't pop me a damn Mentos. Around the 90s, we had the we had the damn Mentos, the Fresh Maker commercials. So you telling me he couldn't do that? Now, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't met somebody yet who had eaten Big Red and breath didn't smell like a heaping pile of ass. And that one, he might be right, bro. That's a distinct gum that you gonna talk about, where I ain't met a person yet who ain't ate Big Red and it ain't smell like booty. But he then goes, oh, this person can do this, but this person can't do that.
Him to have to come outside 20 years later, I just felt kind of like embarrassed for him a little bit, because we all know him. And then the funny nigga in me, I couldn't even hear the lyrics because the hairstyle was crazy. And I was like, why would they let him come outside like that? Like, I'm gonna, because to me it's like, that shit is funny, and there should be jokes for that hairstyle. And if like everyone around him that loves him didn't laugh and be like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm like, why would he do that? Like, we want to see, and I'm gonna tell, because I still care about JJ. When you do Yankee Stadium, I need you to get a Caesar. I need you to put the Yankee hat on and do the thing to the side. That's what we want to see. We want to see chuckers. We want to see some jewelry. We don't want to see this version of you. I know I don't. That version of The Roc was painful and hard to look at. Pause. So, almost like we don't have direct conversation, but I do feel like if I'm not around, he's not relevant. I feel like that's the reason why they have to bring my name up all the time. I thought that rap was it was bad. It was terrible. Even the way he projects, because again, I'm critiquing him from where he was and where he is. And then I'm like, damn, like, like, why are you trying to make people look like at the outline of you and not directly at you? Why do they keep putting you in these funny hairstyles? And who is it? What version of this would have sold if Jay would have came out in that stupid ass hairstyle with them dull clothes, with nothing shiny in 2096 when we were coming out, would that have been the one that you would have been a fan of? And then he's getting at Drake. And I don't think Drake can beat Kendrick, but I know Drake can beat Jay. I know that for a fact.
All in all, bro, I believe Dame Dash actually forgets. Dame, since Jay-Z and you, and I'll play a little montage real quick. Since Jay-Z and you have basically split your ways, you've been the one that's been disrespecting the mess out of Jay-Z. You've been the one that's been going after him to the point where you had said, it's not fair that I keep having to talk about Jay-Z and he don't talk about me. When Jay talked about you, he just basically said how y'all split, how y'all just basically fell out. He never did some of the shit you did like this.
All laying in our bumps when the door flew open on the bus.
What did you see?
Things that an adult should not be doing with a child.
Dame would do anything to protect Aaliyah, but his partnership with Jay put him in a difficult position.
You ever have beef with R. Kelly while you was with Aaliyah?
She just wanted it left alone. So that's the thing that people would be like when Jay was doing videos with him, I was be in the video, but I'd be like, yo, what do you want me to do? And she'd be like, don't start nothing, just don't be in no shots with him.
She didn't want to deal with the bullshit. Like the things that had happened in the past, she told me leave it alone. I would have to respect her wish no matter what. And her wish was leave it alone, let me heal, let me rest, I'm in love, let's just enjoy this.
As their relationship grew, everyone around them could see how much Dame and Aaliyah meant to each other.
The thing was, she was gone a lot, so the time that we had together, it was like we appreciated it.
They were in heaven. Nothing from the outside really got in their way. And she was so happy. She was so happy.
It was like the first kind of time that she had found this kind of peace and happiness, and the same thing for me.
I didn't know what being in love was. I didn't even understand what that feeling is. And I was able to really achieve that with her. So now I know what it feels like.
So you were in love with her?
Yeah. Completely.
What was your last conversation with her?
I didn't want her to do the video.
Which video?
She was shooting a video in Miami. And I had my son and my nephews with me. And, she was very supportive. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna come down there. I'll bring the kids, make a vacation, work, the whole nine.
Remember she used to babysit you?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun with Aaliyah.
But when Aaliyah told Dame that she had to fly to the Bahamas to finish the video, he was desperate for her to stay.
I told her, like, I didn't want her to go, and that's kind of because that was one of the reasons why she was in such a rush to get back. And even when she got on the plane, she didn't like the plane. So, like, one of our last texts was, I don't like the plane. And I literally was like, don't get on it. I literally was like, don't get on it.
And if I'd have been an asshole that day and really stood behind what I believed in, she wouldn't have got on that plane.
Hollywood lost a rising star with the death of 22-year-old R&B star Aaliyah.
Tell me about that day. Where were you?
I was getting my hair cut, and I was waiting for her. She was trying to get back really quickly because we were trying to see each other.
A small twin-engine Cessna erupted.
So now that Jay-Z wants to play offense, everybody want to act like they wasn't talking shit about Jay. Mind-boggling to me. You said Beans chose Jay over you, then Jay shelved him. Beans said that wasn't true. Buddy said that the reason why y'all broke up was because you and I think it was Steve Stout who said this shit. I can't remember exactly who said it. But basically, you never changed. You never elevated. You remain the same. Part of your personality has to change. You can't be the person you were 20 years ago. Adaptation comes from when you realize certain things aren't working or realize you need to become another person. Prime example, if you are a football player, right? Or football fan, pardon me. Remember old man Tom Coughlin with the Jacksonville Jaguars, who was mean as shit with Mark Brunell and everybody, and they made the AFC championships in the 90s. And all they used to talk about, I got a family member who used to play for him. All they used to talk about was how tough his ass was, how mean his ass was. So when he gets to the New York Giants, when he learns to lighten up, that's when he wins 2 rings. Adaptation ruins the nation. That's what it is, bro. So Dame can sit up here and say everything, but he did say one thing. Jay-Z threw everybody in alley-oop. Now, the part I do agree with him on is the presentation of it, the delivery of it, I didn't necessarily agree. That's why I don't believe it was a classic. It's a good freestyle, but not a classic one. And when people talk about classics, you're talking about quotables. What you gonna say the quotable was? From Drake's line, the jig is up? You thunk it? I wonder, kid. Come on, man. It's just gonna be fair, square, obvious, and honest. Subscribe, turn on the bell, stay notified, and share to keep your people aware. 12K for these things. Just make sure you comment on every video as soon as you subscribe. Like every video and share every video. It's that simple. But other than that, click right here to see how All-Star JR might be getting a bond, but we got to break some shit down before we even get there. Click right there for that video or click right here for the playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one.